Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashmere, and I'm a makeup junkie, enthusiast, whatever. So today, I'm gonna piggyback on my post from last week. I'm gonna do a full face of Revolve makeup by Revolution, that brand that I found at Walmart last week because I'm so excited. I ended up going back and buying some more products, obvi, and so we're gonna play with it right now. So the first thing that I want to talk through is the foundation, right? So last week I had grabbed shade 8.5 and it was so light. It was too light. And it looked so cakey, like so thick on my face. On camera, I felt it looked better. Like the pictures, it looked really good. But in person, it was not cute. So I went back and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it another shot. And I ended up picking up, this is shade 10.5. So these are neighboring shades, by the way. This is what I was saying. Well, let me grab the real thing. This is what I was saying, like, this is an issue. Like, the gradient is non-existent between these two, and I thought for sure this was going to be too dark. Turns out, I should have gone with my gut when I was purchasing product. This is the perfect shade. I thought, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty tan now. It's the middle of summer, so I'm usually have reached close to my darkest shade on my neck, or on my chest and my arms and everything, but I still thought this looked a little orangey and a little dark. And boy, am I glad I picked it up because I love this foundation. The color is obviously different. As you can see, this blends down really easily. I need a lot less, right? So part of the problem with the other shade was it was so light. I needed more. I needed to build up a completely full coverage because the color didn't match me at all. So with this one, it matches much, much better. So I'm able to blend it down and keep the coverage a little more sheer. I'm still surprised at how much coverage this provides for a serum. I keep saying it's a serum. It is a serum. For a serum foundation, it's just not what I expected from a serum foundation. Typically, those are lighter coverage, and this one builds up really easily. So, but having the perfect color match, or at least closer to color match, is the way to go, because I'm looking at this on camera, it looks beautiful. Off camera, it looks beautiful. I've actually been wearing this all week because I literally went back that day last weekend to buy a new shade. Yeah. So really liking it. Thumbs up for the foundation. It's still not in my top like 5 foundations, but I don't hate it. So yeah, the next product we're gonna do, so it is the brow powder. I'm still loving this. I thought for sure when I looked at these, so you get, let me get that out of there. So you get a highlighter brow color, 2 brow shades, and then this is a gel. I don't use the gel. I tried it and it's fine. It's not one of my favorite things, but this is $2.98. For $2.98, this is a lot of product and I'm very pleased with it. I have tried both shades. I actually like the lighter shade. I thought this was gonna come out too red, and it actually looks fantastic. So I'm gonna pause because, as per usual, I can't talk while I do my brows or I just mess them up. So I'm gonna pause, do my brows, and I'll be right back. I've really been struggling with my brows for a while because using powder on them, you can clearly see the sparseness. When you fill them in with a pencil, it's like it's almost like you can you can match them better. When you fill them in with powder, I feel like I have a hard time matching. This one's more sparse than this one. And when I'm done, like, I see gaps and I'm like, ugh, I've been having moments. Anyway, they're not twins. They're barely sisters, but we're getting there. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just going to the pool. What do I care? So the next product, I got eyeshadows. I got them all dirty, but I got eyeshadows. Yay! So they make these super cute 6-pan palettes and for $2.98. I'm blown away at the pricing of this brand. And then I've actually been pleasantly surprised by the quality. It's not the best quality in the world, but I don't expect the best quality in the world for $5. I expect And this is way better than So this is the palette, the 6-pan Believe. It's these really pretty berries. So I got this specifically not because I wear these shades often, and I probably should have gotten a color scheme that I prefer, but I got this because I have another palette that I love that is the same color scheme, and it broke in my move. And I was like, ooh, if I can dupe the berry shade in there, then this $2.98 is actually a really well spent $2.98. So that was the theory behind it. I have used this palette already once before, and it's fine. Let's try it today. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. So I'm going in with this corner color over here, which they don't have names. They just have numbers on them. What I will say, earlier in the week, I tried this with a more berry look, kind of mimicking that other palette I have. And they're pretty. I don't think they're the best quality eyeshadows ever. They skip a little bit. So, it is what it is. For $2.98, it is what it is. But I also found that they do this thing that I find lower quality shades do, is that when you try to layer them one on top of each other, they just kind of blend into a blah. So like earlier this week, I used the brighter pink and the dark purple and tried to create, like a dimensional and darken my crease. And it just didn't happen. That dark shade isn't dark enough on top of the other one. I'm going to try it today and see if today it works a little bit better. But they just kind of like blended into each other into one big purpley pinky mess. Not mess, because it looks fine. I'm going to go into that dark purple right there. And we'll see if this works. But again, for $2.98, I feel like if you use these as singles instead of trying to create a really elaborate layered look, it's worth it. Also, if you have young ones who really want to practice with makeup, so I know I have this in my family. I've got nieces and little sisters. Wow, yeah, I have 2 little ones now too. I have nieces and little sisters who are very interested in makeup. I think this brand is a great brand to introduce them to because it's real makeup. I'm a big fan of letting young people practice with real makeup and not buying fake makeup. Maybe it's the artist in me. Maybe it's the fact that I always got real makeup. And so I feel like we're gypping kids if we give them fake makeup. It makes me very upset. That's not too bad. You can see how that dark purple, it's not as dark as you think it's gonna be, right? So I guess that's why layering it on top of this berry they're almost exactly similar. So layered on top of this more orangey berry color, it was kind of nice. I'm gonna try to use this in the corner. They're a little, oh, that's not bad. Let me blend it out. So they're not bad palettes, right? Would I buy all the palettes, have a collection, and use these exclusively? No way. No way. Are they gonna replace my Natasha Denona 5 pans? No way. There is no way. The quality just doesn't stand. Are these similar qualities to like the e.l.f. bite size? Yeah, I would say 100%. And you can see the difference. The packaging is even reminiscent of one another, right? Aside from Revolution's being twice the size almost, this packaging is basically identical. E.l.f.'s are $3. These are $2.98. The quality is almost identical in both of these. They're both decent palettes for the price. Neither of them is going to replace my higher end palettes, but they're great to have and to travel with, because if you break it, you're like, I don't care. It was $3. So yeah, I would say these are definitely comparable to one another, and you get 6 shades in these. Now, I will say, I believe the e.l.f. 4-pan bite-size eyeshadows, those quads are better thought out. So, for example, like I mentioned, like how this one and this one, they just kind of blend into each other. There isn't really a matte shade in here besides this shade. Like, I mean, this is matte, but I don't use a transition color like that very often. Like, I feel like this is a little better thought out. The gradient is nicer with that nice pop of dark. And I feel like the quads from e.l.f. are all similarly thought out. Somebody sat there and went, as an artist, what do I need? I think somebody sat at Revolution and said, because Revolution just does so much with color and everything. I think somebody sat at Revolution and went, these 6 colors look awesome together, and didn't really think it out from an artist perspective. But I don't mind these palettes. Again, $2.98. I'm good with it. I picked up one of their blush duos, and let me tell you something, love it. So these are also reminiscent of the e.l.f., and I don't have one handy to show you, but e.l.f. does bite-size cheeks, I think is what they're called. Yeah, bite-size cheek duos, but they're the same size as the little pans, but you also get 2 shades. And I found, so the e.l.f. ones are also similar. Like, they're basically the same product. You get a cheek, like an actual blush, then you get a highlighter shade. I will say I tried all of the e.l.f. ones, and there isn't really one that I absolutely loved. I feel like they just didn't have a lot of depth in them. Well, I picked this one up specifically because my favorite blush shade is this one from Becca, which is Tiger Lily. No, I'm sorry, Wild Honey. And you see I've hit pan, and I've worked, like, I'm always looking for what's going to be the one to replace this. And I have 2 other dupes, but I'm always on the hunt. And I thought these would be similar. They're a little different in pan. This one's more peachy. Of course, that could also be because, I mean, you see how big that pan I've hit is. Like, my oils could be on there too. This one's more rosy. But I feel like on the skin, they look really good. And I probably should have done this as a side-by-side so y'all could see. But I'm really, really pleased with this blush so much. This is probably my favorite product. Second favorite product. I forgot I didn't finish my eyes. Guys, who am I? Probably my second favorite product that I've purchased from them is this little duo. even the highlighter, and I'm not super into highlighter anymore. It's not 2016 anymore. So like I'm not going in and highlighting the crap out of my cheeks, but it is actually really pretty, and I could see this as kind of an all over shade on the lids. So $2.98. I did pick up, going back to my eyes, an eyeliner from them. I've already worn this a few times this week because I wanted to really test the wear and see what I liked. So a couple things. I love a traditional pencil because I apply it to my waterline every day, all the time. And this one is nice. Is it as good as Persona? No. Is it as good as the Too Faced that I'm just keeping, I don't know why, because I can't even sharpen this anymore? No. Killer eyes. But it's $1. It's $1.98 to be exact. So, you know, for $1.90, and it's a long pencil. Like, well, this is a liquid liner, and you can see it's still longer than that. So it's a really long pencil. It's a little hard on, like, the actual tip of it is a little bit harder than I like. I like something softer and something that deposits a lot of color without having to push very hard. This definitely is not that. But again, it's $1.98. So if I were in a pinch and like I ran out of eyeliner, needed to run to the store, I would 100% feel good just buying this and taking it. And like, again, going on a trip, if I'm going somewhere and, you know, I don't know. I was like, what if I lose? I'm like, I never lose my makeup. It literally goes in my carry-on. Like, it goes next to my laptop. It's just as important. But either way, you get what I'm saying. $1.98, worth it. Now, on the waterline itself, it does not hold up as well. The top line actually held up. I've worn it the last couple days, and it held up really well. On the waterline by midday, I just had like a vague shadow left of pencil. But that's to be expected. On the waterline, not everything lasts all day. My favorite product from them is this mascara, the blue, volume blue. This thing, I've been wearing this all week, every day. And guys, I'm obsessed. It is the perfect color blue. I mean, I know I went on and on and on about this last week. I'm going to go on and on and on again. It is the perfect color blue. It holds on all day long. Let me tell you about trying to get this off was interesting. It holds up. It's not waterproof, but it holds up like it is. It will not, it doesn't leave, it doesn't flake, nothing. This will be on my brows, on my lashes all day long, looking just as fresh at the end of the night as it did at the beginning of the day, with literally zero fallout from it. And nothing. It just looks so good all day long. And I love the looks I've been getting all week. People are like, blue mascara? Like, it takes them just a minute because it's so not expected. It's my favorite reason to wear blue mascara. But it's unexpected, and I absolutely love this mascara. I am so impressed with it. The performance is fantastic. Is it my favorite brush ever? No, absolutely not. That brush is kind of spindly and annoying, but the performance of the formula is phenomenal. Now, a product I'm not happy with, but I'm still going to use it because we're doing a full face, is this lip liner. This is Super Fill Lip Liner. I bought the shade Glam, and I thought it was going to be darker. Well, look at this. That's basically white. And it annoys me. It's just mauvey. My lips are darker. I always forget that I don't know why I forget this. I've had this problem my entire life. My lips are darker than I think, right? A nude is not a nude on me. I always have to go with a brown, something really deep for it to look just like a natural lip line. When I do this, it just looks like I'm lining my lips with foundation or concealer. That's literally all this reminds me of, is when I would white out my lips with concealer, or when I do it, you know. I'm like, okay. If I had a different color, I could give an honest review about it. I don't know. I mean, putting it on is okay. So that was a womp. The colors are very deceptive. Same with the glosses. So last week I tried on the gloss in the red, technically shade Babe. I went back and picked up Sugar. Again, I thought this was going to be darker than it is, but especially paired with this lip liner, it's basically the exact same color, this lip liner. So then my lips look white, which is not a look. Again, it's not 2016. This is not a look I go for. The whited out lips. I think this might be back like 2012, right? The super nude, like you can't see your lips look. This was such a look. Such a look. Do this with a smoky eye. Everybody was like, ooh. This was the look. I don't love it. So I've been layering to try to make it work. Or really, what I've been doing is using a brown liner instead of this liner. And that definitely works too. Now the two together, these two colors together make a really pretty coral. So I don't hate it. I just wasn't here for the mixology of it all, right? I wanted a one and done. But together, I actually do like the color. I still like these glosses a lot. And I would be open to buying the whole collection because, again, $1.98. But I'd be open to buying the whole collection or at least a few more colors to fill it in because they feel really nice. And this I can now attest to after wearing them for a week. They actually last. So it's a gloss, right? I don't expect it to work miracles. I don't expect it to be on my lips until tonight or whatever. But I've been wearing this gloss, one of the two colors, all week long. And I'll put it on in the morning, leave my house, head to work. Once I get to work, I usually, have at least a cup of coffee, if not two. I can get through at least a cup of coffee or two. And I'll go to the bathroom and I'll be like, oh, my gloss is still on my lips. I mean, it's worn off a little bit, but it's still there. I'm so impressed with the wear time on these glosses. So definitely, if you're looking for some glossy action and you don't want to spend $1 million, as much as I'd send you to the Fenty glosses, they're my favorite. These are a great way to pick up something new and fun and not spend a ton of money. In fact, this whole line, I'm here for it. If you want to give yourself just something fun to play with, you're not ready to invest a ton of money, but you want to try some new products, go find Revolve by Revolution at Walmart. You will love it. It is such a fun way to just get new makeup without spending a ton of money and, have some fun. So, all right, guys, that's it for me today. I hope this was a little better than last week when my head just exploded. I've decided I cannot do immediate reactions on camera anymore because my head explodes. I want to say 17 things at a time and I can't gather a thought. So thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you like this and I will see you in my next one. Thanks. Bye.